What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are in the Silverado, because I know y'all don't like the dirt bikes. In all honesty, yeah, dirt bikes not hugely popular. I know a lot of y'all follow the channel for the Silverado, so here we are back in the Silverado, and I got an important topic on the Silverado today. This is mostly just gonna be me driving and talking, but an important topic. We'll pull over here quick. I'll get some outside shots just for variation, but an important topic on this is, am I worried about my drivetrain, mostly the motor, in this truck, and why I should be and why I'm not? Or am I? I'm not sure. Haven't got there yet. All right, y'all, here she is, the big old beauty, just so y'all can see her. Let's get started on the topic of what the issue is. So these trucks, if you didn't know, probably I think 2007 is when it started. GM introduced active fuel management into their motors, and it's kind of been downhill ever since. Back in, may as well just get to driving. There's too many people driving by. Anyway, they introduced active fuel management. I believe it was around 2007. If you haven't heard me rant about it, I hate it. Most people hate it. I don't know anybody that likes it. And what it does is shut down cylinders in a V8 and V6 motor. Shuts down cylinders, and it allows the engine to run as either, a V6, or I think in the V6, the actual V6, it runs as a 4-cylinder. But you get the idea. Pistons get shut off, and it's led to a bunch of issues, mostly with collapsed lifters and bent push rods in these motors, which, if you're out of warranty, is pretty darn expensive. Now, there's workarounds for this. One, you cannot buy a Chevrolet. Two, you can get the range technology AFM, DFM disabler, which a lot of people do. Three, you can get a Pulsar LT for these newer trucks, which will disable it. Four, you can just tune it out with a straight tune on the truck, which voids warranty. And five, you can live with it and hope for the best. Now, here's where things, are problematic. AFM has been an issue, DFM has been an issue. And in the 2021 vehicles, I personally know people. I know somebody with a 2021 Yukon Denali that had a collapsed lifter and bent push rod. I don't personally know. That was someone I personally know. And then if y'all know LMFS Crew, I hope that's how you say it, another YouTuber, he just got a 21 Trail Boss with the 6.2, and that thing just, TBD, but it's in the shop, and he thinks it's a lifter and or bent push rod. And, you scour the internet here, you look around everywhere, you're going to see reports of collapsed lifters, bent push rods, engine knock, motor knock, just bad things with these GM vehicles with this system on it. And let's get to if I am worried or if I'm not worried about my personal truck. So if y'all followed this truck, actually, let's back it up. My 2019 had a 5.3 liter engine with the 8-speed transmission. Once again, 2019, and that truck had GM's newer iteration of this system, which is called dynamic fuel management, and that allows the truck to shut down different cylinders. It can go as little as 2 or 7, 5. It's more advanced. That truck had that, and I put the range technology disabler in it, and I didn't have any issues. That truck had 20-ish thousand miles when I bought it, and I got it up to 40 something. I put a lot of miles on that truck. And I didn't have any issues, so I was fine with that. But there's been a lot of issues with the 2021 trucks, which this current one is. So, back to what I was saying. If you follow this, I bought this truck with like 105 miles on it. I started test driving it with like 100 and something on it, and then I think I bought it ultimately with 150. So 150, brand new truck. I put most of the miles on it. Obviously, it was test driven, and it was test driven with the active fuel management enabled. And let's get to that. This is a 2021 Chevrolet Silverado with a 5.3 6-speed transmission with active fuel management. So the newer model year truck that I bought has older technology on it. So this has the AFM, not the DFM, and an older transmission in it. So I'm not super worried. In addition to it having the older technology, I put the range technology AFM, DFM disabler in it at exactly 150 miles. I bought the truck, and that is the first thing I put in it. So right now we're at 4,860. This truck has not been driven except for the first, 100 so miles with the active fuel management system running. Now, this isn't a saving grace, but it does deactivate that system, and that system seems to be the massive failure point for these motors. And with that said, the person that I personally know has a 6.2 10-speed, and LMFS crew, he has a 6.2 10-speed. So those are two variations. I still know that the 5.3s are getting screwed, but I think it's the 5.3. I don't even know if they make a 10-speed combo. I'm pretty sure they do, but I think it's the 5.3, 8, and 10-speed combos that are really getting hit. So I'm not too worried, because I'm sitting with older technology, even though it is a new model year. It's a 2021 truck. I'm sitting with the older technology. I'm sitting with the active fuel management. So obviously the stuff is still there. The technology is still there in the motor that allows it to do it. If I pull the chip out, it's going to start doing it. But it's not running. It's a simpler, quote unquote simpler system. It's still stupid as hell. But I'm not really worried. So I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really spent the time to learn about this system because I think it's stupid and I don't like it. All I know is it shuts down cylinders, and I'm fairly certain it does so by just cutting fuel to said piston when it's under a certain load. Could be completely wrong here, but that's my understanding about it. Don't take that with a grain of salt. And I know in the AFM vehicles, which mine is, it was just, it would shut off cylinders, and they would go from hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold, and that would cause the issues. In the DFM, I'm not sure, but they're throwing lifters, they're bending push rods, something's getting out of whack, and it's not good, and it's a total quality fault in General Motors production. And we've talked about this before. I really don't want a V6 in a truck like Ford does. Ram's doing e-assist, but they also have MDS, which is multiple displacement system or something like that. So they're doing it as well. I mean, I know it's all EPA garbage, but if you're gonna do it to pass emissions and get your tax rebate or whatever the hell these manufacturers are doing, at least give us an option to disable it from the factory. I have no problem with the range technology. I mean, I bought that. I've had zero issues with it. It's freaking awesome, but it's an aftermarket part that you have to buy to get your truck to run right. So anyway, nutshell, 2021, the Chevys with V8s are kind of garbage now, and I have a 2021 Chevy with a V8. I love Chevrolets. I mean, mine's got 5,000 miles on it, knock on wood. I'm not worried about it, but I acknowledge that at any point I could probably drop a lifter here. I'm just banking on the fact, there you go, that's a nice looking truck right there. I'm banking on the fact that I have the older technology in it, and I put this disabler in with 100 miles on the truck, and it has not been taken out and driven without it since, that I'm going to be pretty doggone good. So there's your Silverado content. I know it was a rant. We'll get back to this old girl. There's just nothing to do to her until I get some wheels, so we'll catch you in the next one.